Okay, we'll continue on, and we're going to go ahead now, and we're going to do the inside here. Again, we have a lot of room here to adapt, so, and we will do, and see what I've done. I've already pinched these corners, and as you can see, they now have they look to me like they're going to do just fine. Okay, there we go. Got rid of that. Okay, so we go ahead and we massage that in place. Now we're going to bring this down in here and then put it into that corner, and I'll go ahead and trim it a little bit. There we go. Okay, we got that. So now what we'll do, we're going to bring this over. So you can tell we're going to bring it over. We have to stick this. So we pull it kind of taut when we're going. Okay, do the same thing there, and then we're going to need to trim that up a little. Okay. Again, you want to kind of roll with your finger over it. I know you can't probably see as well as I'd like you to, but again, here, what you're doing, you're pulling this and rolling it, and that way it's seating on that edge. That way you don't have it ballooning out on you or anything, and it just will look really good doing it that way. So come over here and I'll do the same thing, pull it taut. Okay. But again, we want to roll it toward away from where it's already been adhered. Okay, now I can pull this down, and we have again this one right here, and we'll go ahead and do the same here. Okay. 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 Making sure this, and they do fit. Okay, now we don't have to drop this down. Now what we'll do, we're going to do the same thing here. Just again, what I'm trying to do is make sure that I have this thing adhered. Okay, now looky here, there must be something stuck on this, and there is, see? And you could tell because it was looking, you could see it through the material. See, now it's fine. So again, you want to make sure that the material, okay, and we want to make sure we're getting this as close as we can to where it's, there, I think I've got it. Get something. And again, we're going to run material over that, so that will hide that seam. Go ahead, continuing on. Let me pull this loose. Pull this up. There we go. And then, now remember I told you these. And we kind of press into the corners to kind of get these things to seat. And we can also use it to kind of make sure the vinyl. But anyway, we go ahead, get that in place. Now what we're going to do, we're going to look and see at the bottom. You can't really tell, but the bottom has got some issues that we're going to have to address. Okay, make sure I got that. And I got that. That looks good there. Okay, but I'll come back on that. We're going to come now to this piece, and we're going to pull this out. And this is going to go over, and again, I'm not too worried because this piece is going to be trimmed, but again, we want to make sure, see, I'm using my fingers to kind of roll everything down. And what's going to happen, we're going to come over here to the corner. There we go. And looky here, that's not seating right, so we pull it. And we make sure it's pulled tight. There you go, there's no bubbles or anything on that. And on this, we'll worry about that. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and press this in as far as we can. Now we pull this up here, and then this will go over this. And again, I'm going to cut that to make sure. Make sure this is all good here. Okay, we got that. Okay. So now we got all this done, and now what I'm going to do, and there's a couple of ways you can do it. Anyway, I think to me what I would like to do is I'm going to cut this a little bit wider than where this is, just to make sure. And again, what I'm going to do is we're going to just trim this up, and that way when we lay the other, there'll be a nice pretty seam under it. I know that's kind of an oxymoron, nice pretty seam, but that's the goal. So anyway, let me go ahead and cut this. And again, take your time cutting, you know. Then we'll move it over to here. There we go. I want to make sure I can find it. Where the blade has gone. Here we go. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing here. Again, take your time. Let me see if I got everything cut. Here we go, I do. Now I'll cut here. There we go. Okay, now we can see where that is. I'll come here. Again, space off here too. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, now I want to go ahead and cut this. There we go. Okay. So now, and then what we can do here, we can just go ahead and roll off this excess adhesive that's on here, this dry, and we'll clean that up. And first, we want to make sure everything looks like it's supposed to, and it does so far. Let me trim this now. Okay, there we go. So now we need to trim up here. And we'll do the same thing here. Okay, it's not trimming. Okay, do it again. Yeah. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, let me go ahead and get this done. Okay, so now we got that trimmed. Now we come over here. That corner looks really good. I'm real pleased how that came out. I need to look at this and see what I need to do to help this one. But there's a little extra material, so I'm going to try this. There we go. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, try to look and see what the problem is here. Okay. Let's see. There we go. There seems to be a little buckle here. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and get this seated. Okay, and then now what's going to happen, I will have there we go, I got it that time. There we go, and then I'll go ahead and pull this out. Okay. Okay, and then now what I'm going to do here, so I'm going to do kind of a similar thing, cutting out a pinch of it, that way I can make sure. Now sometimes you cannot, you just here in these corners you don't have the room. So then what you do, you would cut to a 45, a diagonal cut, and then that should solve the problem. Okay. So that should do it. Go ahead and see if this looks like that's going through this. Yes, it will. Okay, good. But again, that was sometimes that's really a challenge to get this done. But again, this is, I'm not as concerned because this is in an area that's not going to be very visible. But again, you obviously want to do the best you can on doing this. Okay, and then we cut that. And we cut, there we go. Okay, we got that cut now. So we got this, now we've got the sides in place, that looks good. So now, now we're going to do the same thing. I'm cutting, and typically I just do it the width. It's just trying to be a little consistent, that's all. Okay. Okay, we got that. Now what we can do here at the bottom, let's see here if I can do it this way. I want to make sure everything's kind of stuck in there. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and try. Okay. There we got that. So these are done. Let's come back over here. I'm not happy with how that's working. I can take it and just trim the extra material that's right there. And let's see if I can now. There we go. Okay, I got that done. This one's done. Let me look at here. I made this here. And what I did, I've got a little hairline gap there, and I just filled it in with a little piece I had in there just to, continuity's sake. Okay, we got this. Okay, so here we go. Wrinkle. Cut out. Again, you can kind of cut these wrinkles and then lay it back over, and that will again solve the problem there. Okay, that's good. There we go, we got that. That looks just fine now. This one here looks like I got just a tad too much material. See if I can cut it out. And I think I got it. I did it. Okay. So now we got that going for us. So now we've got these two pieces done on the inside. Now what's going to happen, and well, the next thing I need to do is I'm going to, we need to look, but if I remember correctly, I will have to wrap the outside and then we'll put in the rest of the inside. I just need to go back and look at my notes on that to make sure. Okay, thanks so much.